welcome to Emotional Support Water Bottle with Hannah and Ailish. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Ailish.
And I'm staring at a dead Christmas tree, or I should say a dying Christmas tree in the middle, or at the end of February.
Yes, it is. It is still in my living room. I know. I would say it's not dying. I would say it's dead.
Oh, it's dead. The ornaments are not on it, though, so that is good.
But I don't even want to defend myself. The ornaments just came off last weekend, so
well, but,
I am ashamed.
It's okay.
It's the most difficult thing for me to do in recent years is to take down my Christmas tree. I don't know. It just is sad.
It really is sad because it's like there's nothing to look forward to. January, February, March.
I know.
Terrible.
I know.
Terrible.
And I love decorating my place for Christmas and the tree. It's becomes a staple in my living room.
No, yeah, for at least a month and a half, sometimes 2 months if you do it before.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's even longer than that.
4, 5, 6. You might as well leave it up for next year.
I know. Oh my God, it would be literal sticks if I left it up.
Oh.
I know. There has to be other people that do this. I don't
sure.
mind.
Yeah,
different because I get a live one, but it's fine. Whatever. Thanks for pointing that out.
Well, today has been kind of a rough week for me and my oldest child. It's just been a rough parenting week, So we're trying to hang in there. It's just so tough because I hate complaining about it because we're obviously so blessed to have 2 healthy children.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy.
That doesn't mean it doesn't get challenging.
I know. That's what I try. And I know it'll pass, but sometimes it's just
But he's in that awkward kind of stage of life where they're still little, but they're not. It's weird.
I know. And he's coming into his own, and he's just always been such a terrible sleeper, and I feel like that has a lot to do with it because he's just not sleeping. So then he's cranky, and even this morning it's I didn't even hear him come in the bedroom.
Oh no.
And I wake up because I heard the baby, and I am just sandwiched in between my husband, the child, and my dog, of course.
Oh my God.
too. And I'm I was literally my width and length dimensions in the bed, and then I hear the baby crying. I'm I don't even know how I'm gonna get out of this, but then he woke up or whatever, but, it's just so, but it'll pass.
When he comes into your room, does he just get in bed and go back to sleep?
He just gets right in the bed. Sometimes he used to for a little while there make a scene and be but now he literally sneaks in. I don't even hear him. He just climbs right in, and I'm so tired and out of it that it's just
So, you don't even notice. Yeah.
It was funny. My husband went to cuddle me and turn over. I said, "There's a child in this bed." It was totally ruined everything.
A child and a dog. Don't even touch me.
I know. I'm I can't breathe. Oh my goodness.
That is hard. He'll grow out of it. I mean, I say that optimistically. Yeah.
No, he will. We're manifesting it.
And flash forward 10 years.
Yeah, he still crawls in the bed.
Then it's just, how do you have that uncomfortable conversation?
I know, you're a growing man and you don't need to be in this bed anymore. But it'll get better.
At least your other one sleeps.
He does. Thank goodness. But,
one day at a time.
One day at a time.
That's all you can do.
Literally. So, I feel people mean this well, but sometimes family members of mine or just other people, they're oh, is Ailish dating anyone yet?
Yes.
All the time. And I'm is there any guys she's interested in? And I'm just oh, I don't know. And it's just what do you want? And even then, it's it's your business. And also, why do you have to have somebody in the prospects? And it's what if I was oh, she's dating? Would they be oh, she just can't settle down?
Right.
I was how do I answer that? I'm no, it's fine.
Well, I think it doesn't help that I'm so private about all that too. Like I literally don't even want anyone to know anything. So that's not helpful for other people that are just interested, and I think they do mean well, but I get that from like my Nana all the time too, and I'm just like, stop bothering me about it.
You don't need to have like a partner to thrive, and it's like if you're forcing it, then it's not going to happen like that.
And I feel like that too. Like, what do you want me to just throw myself into something where I'm
a horrible
not,
marriage, you're not in love.
I'm not going to be fulfilled, and it's not like I don't think anyone really loves dating, but like I don't, and this is going a little off topic. Well,
no, you're good.
You did. But it's like, I don't know. I don't envision myself living where I live now.
Right.
For like ever either. So it's almost like I don't really want to find someone here that's going to tie me down to here, because I don't really want to stay here forever. Right. So it's kind of hard. And like I've had plenty of, like when I went to grad school, not to like, brag about myself, but I had like multiple classmates ask me out, and this one guy I said yes to, and I've told you about this guy, and I was like, I'm not really interested, but okay, I need to do something like outside my comfort zone. And I said yes, and then he at the last minute canceled on me.
It's like, I ain't got time for this.
Right. And then like a couple months later tried to have me go out with him again. I was like, you literally bugged me for so long to go out with you, and then I finally said yes, and then you canceled, and now you're coming back asking again. Like, no.
Like, get out of here, please.
So that just made me mad, and then I was feeling a little jaded, I guess. But then like, I guess it kind of goes back to a little bit what we talked about in our last episode. Like, where do you even find people?
Literally.
Like, I work in a job where I'm surrounded by mostly women.
Right.
And it's just like, how do you find people? My workout classes are women.
Literally.
Like,
I know. It's literally, I feel like now if you want somebody decent, you need to be like set up.
Yeah.
Sort of, it's like, I can't even imagine dating right now. I mean, I've been long out of the dating scene.
Yeah.
But it's like, I can't even imagine. Like, I don't even know how I'd go about finding it.
No, and I don't want to go on dating apps.
No.
And especially not around where we live, because we live in kind of a smaller town area too. And I'm just like, God, I don't even know who I'm going to see on there. I don't want to see people I know, and then having them see that I'm on there, like that is just a nightmare. But then like when I went to New York over Labor Day, the weekend, I was just like, this should be my life. Like, this is like all these people that are like in their 30s, just out having fun. Right. I'm like, that's what I want. But since we live in a smaller area, I feel like people are just so pressured.
I know, like they're all married and like getting married and having children, and
which there's nothing wrong with that. Right. I don't want anyone to think that we think
there's something wrong with my life.
Yeah. Well, no, there's a different path for everybody, obviously, but I think that there are a lot of people that we even know about who did just rush into their marriage because it's what they thought they were supposed to do.
Exactly.
And are they fulfilled? Are they happy? Like, is this their life now? Like, they could get out of it if they wanted to, but they're not going to.
I know.
So I don't want that for my life.
No. I know. I think that is tough too. Even like from last week when we were talking about friends, like, I feel like you would benefit from a group of singles that go out and just have a good time, where it's like, I can't do that as much now.
I know.
Because I'm just raising little children and stuff, where I would need more mom friends. But obviously we can stay friends. But, it's like, that's what I'll allow it. But yeah, I don't know. I know people mean well when they ask.
Yeah.
But I'm always just like, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
that'd be me if I didn't happen to meet my husband.
Right. There are definitely times where I just am feeling so bad about myself and like, this is not what I thought my life was going to be like. Like when I think back to when I was in college and I said, I have this 5-year plan, that is so different than what my life is now, what I thought it was going to be. And I don't know, but I'm not going to just push myself into something either. And if it happens, it'll happen at the right time. And I just need to be fulfilled with myself.
I was literally just telling my hairdresser about that because I think she's like a little bit younger than me, and she's like, everybody always asks me like when I'm getting married, and I was like, girl,
yeah,
you're fine. You will meet him when you meet him, and everything will fall into place.
And it's just like I guess I kind of sometimes will compare myself to celebrities too, where I see, oh my gosh, she's 37 and she just had her first kid.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I'm like, I have plenty of time. I used to think that turning 30 was the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And sometimes, at my core, I still feel that.
But
yeah, I still feel.
It's not.
It's my life won't actually be over.
No.
I still have plenty of life to live.
We're entering the second act of life.
Yes.
So we're good. And I still want another kid, but I don't want it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Like, we could be having kids at 37 together.
Your next one will be pregnant together.
Yes. We just had to, get my husband to get on board with it. But, it's like, we don't need these social constructs.
No, that's how I feel too. And even like, I know that people are just asking and they want...
Right.
They want me to just be happy.
What's going on? Or
some
like
people
that
are
you
probably
have to,
nosy, but
right. Yeah, definitely. Where it's like you have to do what I did.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you don't.
But I had another friend. This was like a while ago, and they were talking about somebody that like they knew, but we both knew this person anyway. And they were saying like, I just wish that she would find someone. And I was just in kind of an annoyed mood at that point. And I said, she doesn't need to find someone to be happy and
to
live a fulfilling
anything.
life. Yeah, it just kind of made me mad because it's not all about a romantic relationship.
No, it's like... And it's so much like when I look back, like I'm fine with how I did everything, but I do wish I would have taken just a little more time just to like... be alone.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I never did that, but I'm like happy, like I love my husband and everything, blah blah blah.
Right.
But it's like I do wish I would have had more of that time to actually work on myself.
Yeah, well, because you did like dating. I
loved it. I loved it. I don't have the energy for it now.
Yeah.
And I'm married, but I loved it.
It's just weird where we live too. I mean, where we live in two different places that are kind of closer to each other, but
still
it's just like, I don't know. There aren't my idea, I think, and I guess this is a me problem too, is my idea of things is not my reality.
Right.
So like when I envision like dating and all this stuff, it's so different than like, I'm not going to go out to dinner with somebody where I live. Like that's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I mean, I do have so many of the prospects for you.
Okay, well, the last one that's your mom trying to set me up with.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with my mom.
Okay.
This is all me.
Oh, this is that one guy you told me about.
This is all me. So
I think
but he's healing. I'm letting him heal from, and then we'll work on it again.
Okay. So, I think I just need to be more open to.
I do. Yeah, I definitely think... Because I enjoy dating so much that I'm like, do it.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you doing it? But also, who wants to waste their time with randos?
I know. And it's not that I don't know. I don't think I am super picky. Like I actually think.
I'm just kidding.
But I feel actually that like my bar is semi-low because I have been let down by some people in my past. And I just feel like I don't have the highest expectations. It's just the things that I like to do I think that some people or some guys in the area that we live, like our interests don't blend. And that's like my thing is like, well, why would I want to be with somebody who doesn't want to like travel with me or go here, you know, do these things? That's what's hard, I think.
It is. I think this guy, though,
okay.
They were getting it.
We live in a very rural area, and not that I have anything wrong with that. I have some family that are into farming, but that is definitely not my lifestyle and not what I'm really interested in. So a lot of the dating pool,
it can get that way around here. I've definitely yeah.
So anyway,
well, that'll be another episode.
That can be a whole nother thing. Yeah. Maybe that can be a series once this guy that Hannah's working on is ready.
We're patiently waiting.
I'll talk about it on the podcast.
Maybe this summer.
Well, when I talked about, you know, my idea of dating, I think some of it comes from like Sex and the City.
Right.
And when you think of like how fun that whole show was and how they just got dates so easily. And the time has definitely changed.
Yes.
And it's just with social media and everything.
It's a TV show.
I know it's a TV show, but it's just like life. Anyway, but I bring up Sex in the City because I saw something too about the reboot, like the second season of Just Like That. And I watched a few episodes of the first season, but I definitely like didn't know everything about it. And I read some recaps, but I saw that Aiden and Carrie are appearing to be back together, and I'm mad about it. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you feel.
I didn't watch the reboot at all, so I'm kind of curious on how they're going about this before. I don't want to like criticize it yet because I haven't watched the new.
Yeah, any of it.
To see what they like did with it.
And I love Aiden.
Right.
I loved Aiden, but handsome. I think he was the better choice.
Right.
But I'm kind of tired of
the ring around. And then it's like, how are they going to do this storyline when it's been like, 20 years later?
Right.
And they just like fall into each other's lives again.
Right. Like, what has Aiden just been waiting around? Like, what's going on? And she full on... It's just like, why has she had these two guys, like Mr. Big and Aiden, as the only two that she kind of like bounces back and forth, like the main two that she bounces back with, like a long-term relationship.
Right.
It's just kind of frustrating.
I know. I know. Like I said, I don't want to like, I don't know, but I am also a hopeless romantic, so I feel like they did find their way back to each other.
I mean, but I just don't even want Aiden to be with her.
I know. I just feel like it's just been too long. I have no idea how this like happened.
Me either. I know. I don't know either. I don't even know how the first season ended.
I know. And like, I guess with like reboots and stuff too, it's like we don't have to let's let these characters grow.
Right.
And move on with their lives. Like we don't have to just do what do they call it?
Like the fan fiction stuff?
No, the fan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Something. Favorites? No, where it's like they're just doing stuff for the fans.
I don't know.
Just to make them happy.
Term for
there is, but I can't think of it. It's fine.
Okay.
Fanfare? Is that right?
Fanfare is excitement. I don't know. In the comments.
Yeah. Wow. What is that
word? What Hannah's talking about.
Anyway.
But I think it's kind of weird because from what I've seen from the first season, they did make some of the other characters evolve and grow. Yeah. So why is it that Carrie's kind of like staying stagnant?
I know. I'm gonna date this guy I dated 500 years ago.
Yeah, and then I went back to again, and then now I'm back, and I rejected him again.
And it's like, what was like his whole life since then?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
No.
Or was like, he in the movies? I feel like he was in one of them, wasn't he? Like, maybe not as a love interest.
I didn't watch the movies much.
We literally went to see one.
The second one, didn't we? Or the Dubai one?
Yeah, the Dubai one. That was the second one, I think.
Yeah, so But I feel like that was the only time I watched it. I don't remember if Aiden was in it.
I don't even fully remember the Dubai one. Anyway, this isn't supposed to be a full-on Sex and the City podcast, but that just was something that was on my mind.
No. Okay.
But it kind of segues into what we wanted to be our main topic today, which was just stemming around pop culture and celebrities.
And just like celebrity podcasts and books and products. I just have 3 words. Christy, Carlson, Romano.
Okay, you've been wanting to talk about this for a while, so I'm just going to let you go.
I'm all about it, but also like, I mean, she is just on that stool under that cow, just milking away for every bit that it's worth. She had on YouTube this like little cooking show where she would have like all the old Disney and Nickelodeon people, and I really liked it. But now she's got this whole podcast where it's called Vulnerable. And she has like all these old people come on. Like, I really liked the cooking show on YouTube because it was like cute.
Yeah.
And then she's got a new one with Will Friedle.
A new YouTube show?
A new podcast.
Oh.
Another podcast where it's like, it's called I Hear Voices. I haven't listened to it yet, but she brings in like voice actors and like interviews them. Like, she is literally just going to town with all these YouTube stuff, podcasts, and then she makes like, I don't have TikTok, but
yeah,
the shorts on YouTube. She's got like, I'm sure they're their TikToks uploaded, but she is just like, what, doing like the trend, what I would wear as Ren Stevens, what I would wear as Kim Possible.
Well, literally, what was her career after?
I know, like, I feel like I knew she was Belle in like on Broadway, but I mean, what has she done since Ren Stevens?
I don't even know. Like, maybe another random Disney Channel movie. I don't even know. Or like
Cadet Kelly, I guess. But even then, it's like she just like appeared on YouTube.
That is so weird.
It is weird. I mean, like, I love it, but I'm like, come on,
she's
girl.
never come across my like For You stuff. I'm gonna have to look her up. Yeah, you're so bothered. I didn't even know that she had all this.
It's just crazy, and I feel like Shanae Grimes is on here which I actually do love her. I'm like all about it, but she's just mostly like a family vlogger now. Like, it's so crazy.
It is weird. It's like they're just trying so hard to stay relevant.
Yes, like Boy Meets World, they all have a podcast now where they're rewatching it. It's like all these rewatch podcasts now. Just like milking that last bit of and I guess it's just relevancy. Because podcasts have become so popular recently, like in recent years. So everyone just is thinking, oh, we need a podcast, which I know we are making a podcast right now. But all these old child stars or like
are coming out of the woodwork.
Claim to fame, like Vanessa from Gossip Girl's got a Gossip Girl rewatch. Which is she even? She's
not qualified.
No. In our opinion. I know. We cannot separate Vanessa from Jessica, whatever last name.
They are the same person, and if you can't tell, we did not like Vanessa.
No, we did not like Vanessa. I didn't like her in the books. I didn't like her in the show.
Nope. I don't really. And out of all the characters, I know that's not even one that I would want to hear from.
And like Blake Lively and Leighton Meester are not going to appear on a guest episode.
So why even bother?
I know. And like Kristen Cavallari and Stephen Coletti have their little, which I do love.
But The Hills is interesting though, because that has been also milked
so hard.
The Hills and Laguna Beach, like ever since they were doing, and again, like we said in our last week, how we love Heidi and Spencer. But even like the stuff that they've done and trying to get the Hills to come back, and then there were like multiple rewatch podcasts or YouTube shows. It's just like why? And then when they actually did bring the hills back, it wasn't exactly the same. And then it didn't even end up fully working out.
Because they were, I mean, that's like a whole topic too, I guess. But it's like, it didn't work out. It's like, I know millennials love nostalgia. Yeah. But it's like, I feel like unless you're going to do it right, don't do it.
Right.
Like if you're doing a rewatch podcast, you need to talk about the episode. You need to give us insider information. You can't just like blab on
about nothing. I know,
like that's what the hills with Brody and Audrina and all that, and it drives me nuts. But Heidi's supposed to be on there soon, so
I know. I'm gonna
listen to it again.
I think she'll be better about it. She's usually more open about
she
stuff.
Is
And then speaking of just reboots, because we just brought up Gossip Girl, like when they rebooted that, but I don't even think that they had any of the same like actors come in, like as you know how sometimes they'll be like, oh, now Chuck is a teacher at the school. Like it wasn't even like that. It was just new. And then it didn't get renewed. It got canceled because it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't. And I feel like we have to just let things like die.
Yeah.
Like when they're good, it's
just
like I think sometimes it can be successful, but not always.
I didn't even watch any of the Boy Meets World stuff.
Me either. I wanted to, like that Girl Meets World or whatever.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I don't know. And then it just seemed like it was too emotional. Like it just wasn't going over well with like the audience. Where I feel like it would have done better now. See, it was like they did it too prematurely.
Yeah. It's just frustrating though to me, I guess, when these child stars that we liked so much from whatever 90s show or even 2000s, like they chose not to stay in the acting world or they just were more they couldn't, or whatever path that they went down. Regardless, they weren't as famous as they once were, and then now they're using just social media to try and bring themselves back to life.
See, I still matter.
But all they talk about is the old stuff. Like now you're like 40. So
literally. You know what also kind of annoys me? This is a little bit off of what we were just talking about, but when it's like, I know like the industry was a lot different back in the day, but when they go and these little child stars, they ruin the magic for me. Where they're like, actually on set, I was worked like a dog, and like they were racist and everything, which it's like, that's all super problematic. Right. But it's like, just don't ruin it for me.
Just let me think it was fine.
Think, whatever. I don't know, show.
Well, but some of the stuff too, it had to do with who their agents were or what their parents were doing or not doing.
Right.
So, like, a lot of the treatment of them or how much money they got or whatever, so many times you hear that it's because the parents
were the jerks, that took advantage of their kids, and it wasn't all.
And the industry wasn't exactly doing anything to help, but.
Right.
Yeah. But another thing that I feel that every celebrity has is a book.
Oh, gosh.
A
Memoirs. And I've been all over those listening to them. And that's the thing, too. Like, some of them come out and I didn't even know.
But I feel
they came out
when books used to be released,
it was
if
like
a celebrity
a big deal.
or whoever would do an autobiography, it was like, oh my goodness. Now the biggest one that's come out is Prince Harry's, because everyone was excited for the tell-all, and that was a letdown. But and neither of us have read it.
No,
but just we've heard enough.
Yes,
but. Everyone has a book, and I know you didn't write this.
No, exactly. Like some of them, it's like, did they even have any part of this at all? Or it's like some weird fluffy thing. And then like so many young celebrities, it's like you haven't even lived like much of a life, and you're just like writing this listicle book, like Leah Michelle's. All these ones that I don't want to read, I'm reading anyway or listening to anyway. But like Leah Michelle's book, she goes through this really tough thing with like Corey. Doesn't write a single thing about it.
It wasn't in the book at all?
No, the only thing she says is she dedicated the book to him. And I don't know when she started the book from when he passed or whatever. And then she goes, yeah, it's really important to have like friends, especially when you go through something really tragic. It's like, yeah, this thing could make you seem more human.
Right, more likable.
Yes, and obviously she's not likable. Yeah. And bad person. But it was like, what even is this? Like, she had like recipes for face masks and hair masks. I'm like, what is this?
That's not what we want to hear.
No, and that's not even the worst memoir I've ever listened to.
I I want to read books from celebrities or just people in the public eye that have gone through things, or that they've spent decades in the industry, or they went through some trial or tribulation, or some scandal, or I want to hear the dirt, like you slept with so and so, or you broke up this marriage. Drops. Yeah, I want to know. And even if they don't fully drop the name, but give us enough hints
that we can figure it out.
That's what I want in a book. Like someone like Jane Fonda, those are the type of people. Yeah, like I want that book.
Yeah, it's like she's older, and even her book's a little bit older, but there was a career, there was life lived. It wasn't just some silly nonsense.
And lessons learned too. Yes. I want to hear your wisdom. I want to hear how you got through these times and your experiences. And when, not just to rag on Leah Michelle, but people like that who are her age that do these books, it does just seem like a puff piece.
It does.
I'm just promoting myself. I'm going to write a book. I know. I'm going to have a ghostwriter do it.
Which it's like, I don't know. Some of them are just so bad.
But why? What is the motivation behind it?
I know.
It's just money.
Literally, just like a cash grab. Oh, I have a bunch of young fans. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to sell them this book, and I don't really have anything to say.
Right, I know. There's no good stories.
No, like, let's try to make the book a little bit longer, so here is a list of things in my purse. It's like, what?
No one wants that.
No.
Remember when every single person on planet Earth had a fragrance?
Yes.
A celebrity fragrance. That was another total cash grab.
I know. Like, why is Justin Bieber and One Direction making a female fragrance? I mean, because that's their demographic. So clearly it's just cash grab.
Yeah, it's what their agents told them that they should do. But did they even, like, I don't think my one college roommate, she had Justin Bieber's fragrance because she loved Justin Bieber so much. And I remember it was so sweet. And I just don't like those fragrances on my body. And did he actually go and smell samples and say, this is what I want my girl to look smell like?
He was like Selena Gomez. Get over here.
He was like 13 probably when he first made it. So maybe, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Remember Paris Hilton?
No, she's had like, 25 of them?
She was the queen of it.
I know.
Though.
I was going to say, that's the only one I can get on board because she really, she did it.
I know. And she did it well.
She did do it well.
Paris Hilton could be a whole episode.
I remember I had Hillary Duff's With Love. I had like a bunch of minis of it, and I actually really liked the scent of it. It wasn't even too like immature. Like it was like I feel like there was a bit of thought into this, but no.
I didn't ever get a lot of celebrity fragrances. I got Lady Gaga's, which I thought it was so cool because it was black. But when you sprayed it on yourself, it wasn't. It didn't stain you. I mean, and that scent was like, I don't even know how I would describe it or if I even fully remember how it smelled. It definitely wasn't something I would want to wear today. And I don't even know if it had a long-lasting smell.
Right.
But it just was cool to have.
Oh, yeah.
On my counter.
I know. I feel like some of that. I never tried the Kim Kardashian ones. But I feel like I would have liked to just own them.
I know. We probably could find them on eBay.
Literally. I know. Like, what happened to them?
We should buy a bunch of celebrity fragrances and test them.
We totally should. They're probably like $5.
I know. We could find them so cheap. Who else? I feel like they were just like literally everyone.
I know. Like Rihanna had some. Usher.
Oh my gosh.
The cologne. I was like, oh, this smells so good.
This is what Usher smells manly.
Like. We love it.
Speaking of Usher, there was in my spin class that we were listening to Love in This Club the one day. Yes. And I was spinning and I hadn't heard this song in forever. I mean, I forgot it existed. And I was just like, damn, like, Usher,
come back, boy.
You really were good. Where did you go?
He did make... That's somebody who can come back.
Yes.
He can come back and make some new music. Like, what is he even doing now?
I don't even know. That song, though, that was
It was good.
Oh, what do we say about that song? Listening to it as an adult, I was just...
It was a whole new... Took on a whole new meaning.
It really did. It was a whole new experience. Those are the songs, too, that I just think when we were, like, 14 and singing in the car and not even fully...
understanding.
Yeah, like, we knew what it was about, but it wasn't just, like... It was such a fantasy.
Yes, it was. It wasn't like, dang.
I know. Wow, Usher can get it.
He sure can.
Another thing that so many celebrities seem to have, this I think is a newer thing, is the skincare lines.
Yeah, I know. And some of them like seem like they come out of nowhere with like, yeah, I'm just going to slap my name on this, make a bunch of money, like J-Lo. Like
Or Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes, that whole makeup line skincare thing. And it's like, was the demographic for that like younger girls? Because she's younger. I don't know. It was just too much.
They're just like Rihanna. I trust her stuff.
Yes.
And it makes sense because she always looks flawless.
Yes.
And beautiful.
Sure does.
And so if I can have makeup that she has tested.
I know, like, of course I'm gonna. And I feel like she seems to be really involved with it.
Yeah, she does.
And that I appreciate. Remember all those collabs like influencers and celebrities would do with like Becca?
Oh my gosh, yes.
The Jaclyn Hill.
Remember, you could actually, wasn't it, what was it? The one line, the makeup line.
Oh, color
that Lauren Conrad used to sell.
She used to sell?
Well,
Millie Bobby
not sell, but like she was
Bobby Brown?
No. Oh my God, I can't even.
Smashbox.
No. It was like an Avon for younger girls.
Oh.
And you could sell it. Like big. You could be a rep.
Oh,
but she was, I don't know if she started it or if Mark Makeup.
Oh,
remember that?
Yes. Now that you say that, I do.
And I don't even know where I even actually had anything from it. I think I had some samples randomly. And I was like, I'm going to sell this. I'm going to do this. But I never did. I never even made any effort to do that. Remember there was that one girl we went to high school with who sold Avon stuff?
Yes.
And we went over to her house for that.
Well, it was advertised as like, come over for a makeover day. We're
facials.
Like, oh, let's do it. Yeah, and I was like, no, we're going to put Avon on ourselves. Like, nobody's
and it was just samples.
Oh, no, it was Mary Kay.
Oh, it was Mary Kay. That's even worse.
I know, and I feel like we didn't know it was Mary Kay. And
no, I don't think we did.
I know, we're there like, all right. She's like, now wash your face. I got little buckets of water here for you.
And we had to do it all on our own.
And I was like, this is not what I thought was going to happen. I thought somebody was here and I was getting a wonderful facial.
And we were like 17. Why would we have even thought
that we were literally getting like facials done by professionals for free? Like, what?
So silly.
Oh,
see, that's where our mindset was. And
see, we would have fell for anything then, you know? Like,
but everyone else was just like, oh yeah, it's considered a facial if you wash your own face.
Oh, it's like, I do that 3 times a day.
And it's not with a crusty little washcloth.
No. And do we even buy anything? I feel like we did.
I think we did like
bad.
a lips color or something.
Like, yeah, I guess I'll take this.
because what else could we do?
I know, it was so awkward. That was like the best scheme ever. My friends are gonna feel bad for me and buy stuff.
Literally. And I don't know why her mom or something must have sold it, and that's why she got into it.
Manipulated us all.
Well, she didn't get that much commission off of us because I think we literally bought like one lip balm or something.
Oh my!
And we didn't even have that much money, so it was probably like, it's $12. It's the cheapest. Okay, we'll get it.
Oh my goodness.
But speaking of the skincare lines, going back to what we originally said, I don't even trust the celebrity ones besides Rihanna's stuff.
Literally. Like, and then like maybe Hailey Bieber's is okay, but I've never tried it. But she has flawless skin.
That's why I trust that. And she doesn't even wear a lot of makeup, and her skin looks great.
It's wonderful.
And now I know people are gonna be like, well, she has all this money, she can see a dermatologist and she can get facials and she can do blah blah blah. I know that. But
I can try.
I want to pretend that this is all she does to her face and that it makes it look that good. Yeah.
No, for sure. I don't know.
But I do research into stuff.
I know. Now I do, for sure.
And the J-Lo skin stuff, I'm not a huge J-Lo fan.
No, so that's not like...
So it just doesn't excite me.
No.
And I just also feel like anytime I see a celebrity endorsed product or a celebrity made product, I'm just even more skeptical of it because I'm just not believing that they know what they're
I know, and
doing.
like after that big blow up in like the like beauty influencer thing where we found out like, oh no, they're getting paid like millions of dollars practically to say something is good. It's like the trust just isn't there anymore.
And I would rather see, especially with skincare, I mean, I can be a little bit more flexible with makeup.
Right.
But with skincare, I want to know what these ingredients are. I try to use things that are natural and clean products. And I want to hear what a dermatologist says.
Yes.
Like, I don't just want your random
name on it.
Yeah, no.
It's like, no, I want actual things that are going to work. I don't care if J-Lo is selling it. Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference to me. And I know that your name being on that just adds to the price anyway.
Exactly.
So I'm not falling for that scheme.
No, I am not.
But so many of these things, I think, with celebrities and just influencers in general, I think it's changed since COVID happened.
Yes. I feel like the industry really took like a hit. Like people weren't going to like the movie theater and stuff. So, what can I do? Just make a makeup
it's
brand.
Like passive income.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll write a book.
Or if I just promote my skincare line that I've never used ever before on my Instagram live, then I can sell this and make money from my own living room. Like,
I know.
Or then starting the TikToks and doing all that stuff.
OnlyFans.
Oh my God, yeah. It was just anything that they could do. Everyone that has like even a name that was known for 5 minutes.
Yeah, was on
has
something.
This stuff. Yeah,
I know. And even with like, I do like the Rachel Bilson podcast, but it's like, what has she been doing? And then it's like, she starts this podcast and already has like 1 million ads.
Right.
It's like they don't really have to try. I mean, they just don't have to try, and then they're just like getting money.
I don't know. And I mean, maybe we're a little jealous.
Yeah.
Just because
we don't have names. We can't just get on OnlyFans.
But that makes it so annoying because so many of these things, like the purpose of it wasn't just for big names to come in.
It was like, for everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, not to somehow this is suddenly focused on OnlyFans.
That's a topic for us too.
But the purpose of that wasn't for celebrities to come on and make more money.
Right.
Like,
and
it wasn't.
Change everything. It's like, why would I be an OnlyFans member to Joe Schmo when I could be to Iggy Azalea or Bella Thorne?
Right. I know. Or even with like just influencers. Like there's a lot I could say about social media influencers that's not positive. But there were so many out there that started on YouTube and started on, like, from the ground up, that built their following and built their platform, and they honestly did earn the money that they get. And then to have a celebrity just come on and be like, well, hey, I love this product because
this vitamin.
Yeah, and then they get paid, you know, like $500,000 for, just because everyone already knows who they are. Yeah, that wasn't the point of that.
No, it's not fair.
And especially these random reality TV show people that they were on one season.
Yeah, and they get like a ton of followers, ads all over, brands, you know, supporting them. It's like,
you know, who's one of the biggest ones with that is the Bachelor franchise.
Yes.
It's like we're not on social media anymore, so we're a little removed from it now. But when I was on social media and I used to watch The Bachelor, Bachelorette, there would be so many people that I'd look on there and see, oh, they have, you know, 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
So you only made it to week 5. Like, why do you have all that following? And now you're promoting these like hair gummies and all this stuff and this random like workout shake that you use. Like, how did you get those promotions?
Yeah, it's like you literally don't have to try it all. It's like, and that's why people are doing these so they can get more followers and make money. And even like, I watched Vanderpump. Yeah. And it's like some of the people have gotten fired, but it's like the one girl, or I guess they quit, Brittany and Jax. So it's like Brittany just signed this huge deal. Well, I'm sure it was huge, with Jenny Craig. It's like, why do you get to just like do that? So, okay, you guys are all set again.
Right. And they didn't even probably need the money anyway because they both have plenty from all the other sponsorships they had while they were on Vanderpump.
It's like you get to like maintain this LA lifestyle.
Yeah, I think it definitely is a bit of jealousy on our part.
This is very
we've gone off the rails. But at the same time, it is just thinking like some people do put a lot of work into becoming like, I don't know, having a presence and making it their full-time job where they get paid for it.
Right.
And then these pseudo celebrities or D-listers who starred in one thing can just come in and take over.
Yeah, literally. And I just don't think it's fair.
I don't either. And I don't know. With all of the like child stars, how are you still relevant? Like how? And not. I mean, like we said before, we loved a lot of these people.
I know. And like it's like, I think it's cool that they can have like social media and you can just kind of be like, oh, they have 3 kids now. Like that's cool to see, but just like milking it all up.
Yeah. And why just live in the past? If I were them, I think it would frustrate me to have to constantly be talking about a period of my life that I'm so far removed from.
Right. And that maybe wasn't even the best experience. And then they'll be like, well, I never got to get any roles because I was always viewed as that child thing. Yeah. But then you're like bringing it up and you're like, oh, well, it's really benefiting you now.
Oh, yeah, now it is because they're getting millions.
I know, it's totally fine.
I don't know, but we're a little jealous, I guess.
At the end of the day. This is all coming from
stemming from jealousy. But it's just also, I don't know, something we've observed.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting, though. I mean, I'm going to stand by that not everyone needs a celebrity memoir.
No, not everyone needs a book. Not everyone needs a podcast.
No.
Not every 50-year-old celebrity needs a TikTok account.
Right. And let your fans do that too. You know, if fans want to do a rewatch, let them do it.
You know what else? If we just have one last thought on a book, is this we've had, and even a show, we've had this happen a lot recently with everything with Marilyn Monroe, and now they're doing the Amy Winehouse book or show. I think it's a series, and then some other celebrities that either weren't even dead yet. Well, like the Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson, or they had like semi-recently died and were just monopolizing.
Yeah, it's like, let these people rest.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like the Amy Winehouse, I just saw an article where they were filming one of her overdoses.
Yeah, it's like, how horribly insensitive is that? Like, that's still somebody's loved one.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to? And it's like, that she was a very talented person.
Right.
Why would you want to bring the worst parts of her
out
onto screen?
Yeah, and
for fun.
Who is benefiting from that? That's what I want to know. Like with like the Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson thing, I know they didn't get money from that.
No, and they weren't even like, they didn't want that out.
But like some of the others, like I can't think of a book that was written recently about it, but there's been so many books on Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
But like she didn't get money from that. I'm guessing her estate didn't get money from that.
Right.
So
and like,
who's benefiting?
Right. Because she doesn't have children.
No.
So it's like, who is getting this money? Like somebody's in charge of this and just like getting money off of this poor woman.
I know. And someone who's dead, and all the Playboy stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I know that could be a whole nother topic too, and how it is sick and twisted.
Yes.
We know. But also, Hugh Hefner was a person. He has a family that is left here. Why are we doing all these things now that he's died and bashing him publicly? Like, I just don't think that that's fair, really.
Right. Or like one person comes out with a story and then it is successful. So let's all jump on the bandwagon and make money off of this horrible thing, really.
Yeah,
it's like,
there's just no reason. I mean, I guess the overall theme of this podcast is a lot about greed, I guess, because that's what all of these kind of seem like. And it's one thing, you know, people need to feed their families and stuff, but a lot of this stuff just seems really unnecessary.
I agree.
You know, that like a lot of the celebrities are doing to stay relevant, or just because they are greedy and want more money, or that these people that were a blip on the radar of fame are doing again to come back. Like, you already had your 5 minutes.
It's time to
move on.
Move on, yes. Like, make a podcast about something else.
I know. The thing is, it's the creativity, isn't there?
No, it's not. It's like, oh, this is super easy. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, I'm just going to use this one encounter that I had, or this one person or one connection, and milk it, just like you said.
Get on that stool. Get those udders strained.
Poor little cow.
I know. That poor girl. So, speaking of celebrity children, well, I have a good recommendation. Well, I've been deep into Harry Potter lately again. I just finished the 5th book, but now all this Harry Potter stuff is just popping up on my timeline and YouTube. And I just saw a really adorable, interview quiz, the Most Impossible Harry Potter quiz with Tom Felton.
Aww.
And he's just so precious, and
I do like him.
I do like him too, and he was so cute in it, and it was only like, I don't know, 10-minute thing, but it was so cute. And also my son, when Ailish was over yesterday, I was telling her how he calls Harry Potter Gary Potter, and there's just something so funny about that.
Because we were talking about it, and then he said,
like, Gary Potter.
I want to watch Gary Potter. And then we were just thinking, what if his name was Gary Potter?
It's like, it just doesn't have the same
ring to it. Yeah. That's a good one. I'll have to look up that.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
So cute. So precious.
I know. He has his little interesting life.
He has. I know. I'm on the waiting list for his book. So I didn't
know
after complaining about child stars are milking their fame. You know what? But
we like him, so it's fine.
It's fine if he does it. Only.
I will recommend an app. So in the realm of like mental health and trying to better ourselves. Last week we talked about how we sometimes would use negative self-talk. So the app that I'm recommending is called I Am.
Okay.
And I actually use it myself. And there's, like with anything, it's like you can have the paid subscription version or just everything free. I just have the free version, but it sends you little notifications throughout the day of positive sayings and mantras.
I feel like I need to download.
Yeah. So while we were recording, I actually just got a notification.
And what's it say?
It says, I let go of the painful burdens I carry in my heart.
Amazing. I feel like we need to tell some of these child stars that.
Yeah, it actually goes. It really
goes
does.
For them.
This all comes full circle. We didn't even plan that. But I really like the app, and you can
I know that does sound good.
How many you get per day. Oh. So if you were really struggling, you could do 10. I have it at 2. Oh, but it's like a surprise when it has a weird little chime that it makes. So every time I hear that, I'm like, oh, there's my positive affirmation.
I know, just when I need it.
I know. And some of them I really like and I'll save them. And other ones I'm like, oh, well, that's nice, but I don't. It's not what I needed today. So
that's nice. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
You should download it.
I think I should too.
Yeah, it's a good one. Well, thank you all for listening. And this has been another episode of Emotional Support Water
Bottle. It was just a touch better than our first one. But we're still getting the hang of it. And
be sure to follow us and rate and review, and look for us anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. And
we're there.
And check out our TikTok too.
Yes.
We'll be posting. We haven't yet. Actually, when you listen to this, we'll probably have at least one. So look out for that. Exciting stuff.
Thank you. Bye.